So now that we've got this to a good baseline, we're going to start improving some of the details to make it look a little bit more realistic. So you may have noticed while we were doing this, we see this like weird green tinge, okay? Any idea where that's coming from? Think about it for a second. All right. If you guessed correctly, you would have guessed this out here. So what's happening is, remember during the ray trace, while we were setting up the ray trace settings, there was something about bounces. So check this out. That's what I'm talking about. What's happening is the light is literally coming here. It's bouncing off of this and coming into the window. So what's happening is the actual light information from this object is being carried into here. So all we want to do real quick is just fix this so it's not like a bright neon green. So what I recommend here is, since this is not a exterior project and this is our interior sample, you don't need to do 3D grass. You can actually use a 2D grass material, and that will actually save some of the performance, because 3D grass can be a little expensive, right? So if I go over here and I search for grass, I can just grab this artificial grass. I'm going to double click that. That's totally fine. If you want to take this to the next level and, make it all exterior ready and render ready, go ahead, be my guest. But just for this, I want to make sure you understand what's going on. And then here we've got our dirt. So I'm just going to drop a dirt in there. That way there's no crazy brown colors. You could just cheat and just do like a darker brown here if you want, or you can go into your library and grab a soil kind of material. So I'm just going to do that just so it looks semi-realistic. I'll go with this. Okay, great. So that's there. So we've got some bright colors here as well. Again, same comment. If you want to make this exterior ready, go ahead. I'm just going to make this all like a simple white material, just in case there's anything bouncing and creating some weird colors. So I'm going to click my horizontal wall, okay, and I'm just going to make it white. And the nice thing is, like, it does preserve the material name. So if I ever go back, it's going to save that. Although I'm making it look white, it's still being picked up as different objects. So don't worry that we're going to, not be able to proceed. That's not the issue here. Cool. So now if I were to do a test render, let me just hit check mark. We should see a severe reduction in that weird green we were seeing on the ceiling. So I'm just going to go here. There might be a little bit, just because like it is still green out there, but it's not going to be as extreme as before. And we can fix that with color correction and everything. But so far it's looking better at first glance. Yeah, that's much better, much better. Like this was neon green before. Okay, cool. So yeah, all these little things are going to make a big difference to improve our scene. Okay, so next thing I want to do is just fix up our living room area here. Make sure that's looking realistic. And then we should be good to go. And again, this is a great model that I've provided. So feel free to take more renderings if you want from here. It's super detailed. So that's my gift to you. So these chairs, let's put some sort of fabric. Up to you if you want to do a leather or fabric. It doesn't matter. We just want to make sure it's a high quality material. So let me clear this and let's search for fabrics. Right here, we'll go fabrics, and let's see. Yeah, let's go with this like dark gray color. Okay, great. All right, and I'm just gonna copy this, copy material. I'm gonna go to these guys. The head of the tables are slightly different. Okay, great. And now these legs, we can make them like a metal. So I'm just gonna go to our metal area. I could also just customize it here, like if I play with the roughness and everything. So let me increase this. So I could totally do this, soften the edges, and give it some weathering. That's totally fine. And now I'm just going to play with, just so it's got a slight sheen to it. Okay. This wood texture actually looks pretty good. So all I'm going to do is click it and then generate the maps that are missing. So right here, you see that we don't have a normal map. So I'm just going to generate that. And then you can kind of see what's happening here. So we don't want that to be too high. Cool. All right, let's add some reflectivity. Just a little bit. I don't want to go too high. Perfect. Just a little sheen. Yeah, exactly. Awesome. That looks great. And what do we have here? We've got a metal. I'm going to grab the bronze that we have over here. Bronze, brass, just so it's all consistent. Okay, we're going to do our copy. And we're going to do our paste as well. Okay, beautiful. And I'm just going to grab the light material. I will paste this here. Okay, great. Great. Okay, this pot looks pretty flat, so let's just spruce that up a bit. And it's crazy what a little reflectivity and roughness can do. So once I do this, play with this, you see how it's beginning to have a little reflection. I'll leave that somewhere around there. These look pretty good. These were textured in SketchUp. They look awesome. I think the only thing I will do is just add some subsurface scattering to it. Just that way when light hits it, it kind of glows a little bit, just like a plant would. So let's do the same thing with these guys. We'll increase that. Okay, great. Perfect. Flowers I'll leave alone for now. Curtains. Now curtains. All right. So typically, based on the kind of curtains you get, they could either be like a blackout, meaning like nothing comes through. You know, think of like bedrooms. You don't want any light coming through. Those are very heavy and thick. But generally, like in the public areas, your curtains aren't like that. They're typically kind of see-through. So you could do some surface and some opacity to make it look like that, or you can go straight to the library. And so I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to go with these guys. So I'm going to double click the second one here. And you can go with patterns and everything, but we're going to keep it simple. I know this client doesn't like it when we go, you know, a little extra, so we'll keep it simple. But you can see the opacity is working there, and that's that subsurface scattering. So they'll kind of look like they'll glow when the light hits them. So that's cool. So we've got these two spaces modeled and everything. Let's just make sure all the lights are placed. Okay, I'm going to and drop them there. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here and here. That way we've got some artificial light contributing to this.